Who doesn't love overreacting to the first four games of a season? But whenever I look at these Pittsburgh Pirates, this offense, it's easy to overreact. And maybe it's not an overreaction. Maybe they're still not where they need to be. Good morning. Welcome to OffBeat, a daily look at your Pittsburgh Pirates here on North Shore 9, presented by FanDuel. My name is Alex Stumpf. Monday night was a rough game for the Pirates. Shutout in Cincinnati. Didn't really have too many rallies all night. Ryan O'Hearn, Brandon Lowe continue to be really good to start their Pirates careers. Both of them went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. But besides that, not a lot of help anywhere. Spencer Horwitz got his first hit of the year. Nick Gonzales got a hit. Marcell Ozuna drew a walk, and that's it. No extra base hits. No hits with runners in scoring position. The Pirates just did not produce. And some of that, a lot of the credit goes to Chase Burns, who is one of the best young pitchers in the game, in my opinion. Uh, he's a tough egg to crack. Okay, get that. But the rest of that Reds bullpen, not exactly great. They should have been able to generate something. They didn't. They had opportunities. Jared Triolo in the fourth inning doesn't come in. In the ninth inning, comes in with 2 walks of Ozuna and O'Hearn, nobody on, and he chases and nothing. The rally kind of dies there. So whenever I came into the season and I talked about, if this team could be a playoff contender, I said this offense just needed to be average. They have not been average so far. They have played 4 baseball games. In 2 of them, they played 9 innings without scoring a run. So far this year, they are 6 for 45 with the runners in scoring position. That is a batting average of 133. And I had conversations in the past with hitting coaches that say you can't put too much stock into runners in scoring position because some of it is random, some of it is what we call situational hitting sometimes is just pure chance. There is a median in there. Like, yes, there is an approach tweak. Yes, you have to take like a 2-strike approach whenever there's 2 strikes. If there's a runner on second and nobody out, you do have to maybe look the other way, just to worst case scenario, advance that runner. But in all those cases, you were trying to get an ace swing off. You were trying to have a good at bat. And the Pirates have not done that with runners in scoring position outside of opening day, which even then, those 7 runs, 3 home runs combined from Lowe and O'Hearn. And then what was it? Like a Nick Gonzales double at the end of the game. Henry Davis driving a ball down the line that just stayed fair. This has really been through 4 games, the 2025 offense with 2 really good hitters sprinkled in there now. And not to take anything away from Lowe and O'Hearn, they have done their part of the equation. It's everyone else who is returning who has not. Like Bryan Reynolds has not had good at bats so far. They have been attacking him low, and he is whiffing low. That's a problem. That is a part of the zone that you either need to lay off on or do damage. Like whatever the ball's getting up, he is making contact. He's not really driving it, but he is, actually making contact. He isn't doing with those pitches low. And I theorized in my newsletter for Brook Roll Bucks. If you have not subscribed yet on Substack, please do. That hey, Mets attacked him low. The Reds have a lot of 4-seamers. Will they attack him up? Well, they didn't really on Monday. Wonder if there's a book out on him. Marcell Ozuna, I have not seen an A swing so far with him as a Pirate. They have been bad looking at bats, in my opinion, and the results would suggest also. It's 4 games. I get it. With all this, I'm going to put that asterisk next to all of this analysis so far. It's been 4 games. I get it. It's not a big enough sample size. There are going to be times this year where the Pirates will play 3 games and they don't score enough runs. It's what, 6 runs in 3 days? That's not gonna get the job done most of the time, but there are gonna be plenty of stretches like that. Every team's gonna have stretches like that. This just happened to come at the start of a season whenever they were coming off a historically bad offensive campaign in 2025. So, Ozuna has not had a good swing. Has not had his A swing off. Like, he drove 1 ball on Monday that stayed down the line, and you thought maybe for a second, maybe that could go over the wall, maybe that could go off the wall, maybe that could just drop in, but it's sliced foul, and it was short anyway. Probably wasn't going to reach the warning track as is. That's been the best swing he's had as a Pirate so far. That's not a good look, in my opinion. Pitch where he kind of mishit it. He did not catch the ball flushly. If he did, it would have been a home run. Oneil Cruz has not had good at bats. I'm seeing a lot of whiffs. I am seeing a lot of chases outside of the zone. And yeah, he's wearing it to start this season. We've had plenty of Oneil Cruz discourse online already. So not gonna get too far in. You've heard anything that I could potentially say. Triolo, like I said, some rough at bats. Spencer Horwitz, he's gotten off to the slow start, did have a hit, have a hard hit ball. Nick Gonzales, he's at least driving some hard hit balls right now. Like the results aren't there, but I do at least appreciate the quality of the at bats. Like he's been a tough out. And then Henry Davis, look, I talked about it whenever I talked about the catchers in spring training, but the way his bat head just gets so far out in front, and just coming off the ball, all his hard contact is going to be going down the line, usually foul. And man, have all his hard contact is going down the line, usually foul. 4 games, I get it. The spring training, it is too small a sample size, but the work that he did this offseason, it seemed good. It seemed like, okay, he had a plan, but, like, it's just fallen into the same areas that he has struggled with as a major leaguer. What we've seen from him in 24 and 25, that he isn't going to go the opposite way enough. He's not gonna use the center of the field. All his hard contact is gonna be either pulled foul or just stay fair down the left field line. So these issues aren't new. And I think that is the part that is perhaps most concerning is the 2 new guys have done well. The guys who are returning, we are seeing the same problems that we saw last season. I've got to throw it to Cody for a minute. We'll be back here in 84 seconds.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
A lot of these problems we saw last year. And This is an offense that needed to improve. And some of that was going to be done externally. And the external additions have done well so far. But always, 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 from the day that Ben Cherington was hired as general manager, he talked about development and how development needed to continue at the major league level. And so far, I have not seen development. And that you could be like, well, Bryan Reynolds, is he really like a development case at this point? Okay, probably not. But those issues of chasing low and missing low, that was a problem last year. It's gotten worse. I mean, I guess I need to hesitate before I say anything gets worse, because you could just club a few the next couple days and then it's not an issue. I guess the stats look a whole lot better, but I see the swings that he has on these low pitches and they haven't looked great and the results have been bad. Same for Ozuna. Same for the guys who do need development, like Cruz and Triolo, and it's not what you want to see. And it's a shame because Braxton Ashcraft turned in a great start and it meant nothing. Mitch Keller turned in 6 scoreless innings and got a no decision for it. Carmen Mlodzinski, it was a little bit of a short release. He wasn't going to qualify for the win anyway, but he was on the hook for a loss exiting whenever he shouldn't have. He pitched well. This is a team that is going to be anchored by their starting pitching. That is going to be what drives them, but the offense needs to propel them more. The offense just needs to do some percentage of its fair share. Because I don't think the defense is going to be able to save a lot of runs for them. And even so, you can't win with 0. Best you can hope for is what we saw Saturday, going to extra innings, getting perpetual runners on base all the time, runner in scoring position all the time, and just hoping you slap a single somewhere. You can't count on that as an offense. This is 4 games. It's too early to overreact. But it would have been great to start the year to just establish that 2025 was 2025. And this is a new offense. This is a new team. And I'm just seeing the same problems. And makes you wonder what happens next. Who rights the ship? Who can right the ship? Because as good as Lowe and O'Hearn have been, they will hit a rough spot at some point. Every hitter will. And maybe that's all it is for some of these guys. Maybe that's all it is for Cruz and Reynolds, and we'll look back at their 800-something OPSs at the end of the year. But this is not how you want to start a year. You don't want to go into a division rival, someone who made the playoffs last year, someone that you're going to try to leapfrog in the standings. You don't want to go in and try to have a game like this. This series was a chance to come in and say 2025 Pirates are not the 2026 Pirates. And 1 game into this series, and really 4 games into the regular season, they kind of look like it. So we are going to see 133 with runners in scoring position. Let's see where that number is in a week or so. Thank you so much for listening to OffBeat here on North Shore 9, presented by FanDuel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe wherever you find fine podcasts, or on YouTube where you can see the video version of this. My name is Alex Stumpf. We will talk again tomorrow.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.